Today, I want to talk about whether you should give a Filipino money or not. I hope you're well out there. I know a lot of people are in relationships with Filipinas, and I know there is a debate about whether you should give a Filipino money or not. And so I wanted to give my opinion on it, so that's why I'm making the video. So in this video, I just want to talk about my situation I've been in the past and currently, and yeah, just my opinion about it. So if you guys don't know, actually, I have a Filipino girlfriend. Tried to keep it secret for a little while because of privacy reasons and stuff, but I do have a Filipino girlfriend. Many of you may know that, but what you may not know is we were actually in a long distance relationship, so an LDR relationship. I originally met her online, like a lot of people do, and then this was before COVID hit. This was back in July of 2019. And so we met in July 2019, I believe it was, for the first time. But we talked a lot on Facebook Messenger, or not Facebook, but on Skype, actually. We did video chats. We talked to each other on Skype before we even met, and like every day for a long time. So I felt like I knew her. But then I didn't send any money or anything because I had talked to several other girls online, and I had heard stories. Many people, or many Filipinas, wanted to send money, and they give various reasons, a lot of different reasons. I remember they lost their job, or said they were looking for work, or, they had family problems. Some of them were single moms and they wanted money for food for their babies. One of them even told me that their dog was dying and sent a picture of their dog dying. And it was her dog since she was a child, and she really loved it, and asked me to help with the hospital bills or the vet bills for her dog. And so, but the thing is, I think in a long distance relationship, if you're in a long distance relationship now with a Filipina, I never wanted to send money in a long distance relationship before I met somebody. And the reasons for that is because no matter how much you talk to somebody or how much you think you know them, you haven't met yet, so you really don't know, are they really telling the truth or not? So I personally think if you're in a long distance relationship, you shouldn't send money, until you actually, because, you don't know the person really, if you've never met, and you don't know if they're really telling the truth. So how can you trust somebody, and then send money? I know a lot of people do it. I'm just not sure why. I guess their feelings are tugged at and stuff like that. But anyway, my opinion is if you're in a long distance relationship, I wouldn't send money because you just don't know the person or whether they're telling the truth or not. Anyway, we did that, and then we met. I came to Cebu for the first time in, I think it was September of 2019. And so then we met, and I knew already that she was working. She was working for a tutoring company. She was going there and tutoring, and then anyway, she was working for a tutoring company, and if I remember correctly, she was living in Mandaue at the time, and she moved, and then she started teaching privately. She started tutoring privately, and then she stopped the job where she was working, but she was still tutoring privately. So she had a job this whole time. And so I felt like, okay, she has a job. I don't need to send money. She has her own money, so why should I send money? Even after meeting, she didn't ask for money, I don't think, after we met the first time. And I didn't offer it, but I did pay for stuff like going places or hotels or and food and stuff like that. But I didn't really give money. And so after that, I was in Japan at the time, so I flew back to Japan because I was working in Japan. Uh, and then we went and met again in December around Christmas time of 2019. And so we talked to each other this whole time. We met twice this whole time. And I really got to know her, but I still really didn't send much money to her. Even though we had met, and it was a long distance relationship. But then COVID hit. I went back to Japan in January after New Year's. So I was in Cebu for Christmas 2019 and went back to Japan in January of 2020. And then COVID hit. And so a lot of people lost their jobs. A lot of people started. She was actually going to people's houses. So she couldn't go to a few people's houses, so she started doing online work then. But she lost a few students, and so it got pretty difficult. And so she sometimes needed help with rent because she didn't, she had lost some students due to COVID, and I could understand that. So yeah, I did help out in that situation because I knew her, I met her already. I trusted her. We'd met, and so I felt like, I could do that. And then after that, Typhoon Odette hit here, and so that was an emergency situation, right? And so she had to get away from Cebu, needed a place to stay. So, ferries and hotels and stuff like that. And so, yeah, I helped out in that emergency situation also. So, yeah, I think basically in a long distance relationship, if you've never met the person, I wouldn't send them money. Get to know them first, meet, trust them, and then it depends on the situation, like if it's emergency or whatever. But anyway, we continued to Skype every day by Skype. We videoed. We were on Facebook Messenger and stuff like that. But again, guys, this all depends on your situation. Like if you can afford it, if you have enough money to do it, then make your own decisions. But I wouldn't expect to get it back if you sent money and you've never met. Now, after we met, we met, and then after Philippines opened up on February 10th of this year, I actually moved to the Philippines here, and we started living together. And I said she has her own job. She tutors online. She also does customer service work online at night. And so she makes pretty decent money actually for a Filipina. And so after moving in together, I said you can use your money for what you want, right? For whether that be for family or buying things for yourself or whatever. But basically, I don't provide money for that. Again, if there's some emergency or something really big happens that needs help, like there was a typhoon here, then, I help out with that sometimes. For example, I helped with family when they had a piso Wi-Fi, which is like portable Wi-Fi that you can pay for, and typhoon hit, and so that thing got damaged, and so I helped replace it, and that is at her mother's house in Leyte, and so I helped out with that kind of stuff like that. Also, like when it comes to family and giving money, I don't really give money directly, but it depends on the situation. Like if we need someplace to go by taxi, then sometimes we'll ask her uncle. Her uncle is a taxi driver, and that way, he can make money, and it kind of helps him out, and so that's kind of like indirectly supporting them sometimes too. But basically, I think, somebody should, I would never give an allowance, okay? I really wanted someone who puts forth the effort to make their own money. And I wanted I wanted to be with someone, I don't think I would ever be with someone who said that they couldn't work or get make their own money or job. Of course, again, situations are different. But I think like pretty much anywhere somebody can get some kind of job, or even in the Philippines, like at a call center, or at a convenience store, or at a fast food restaurant like McDonald's or Jollibee's, or convenience store like 7-Eleven, or there's many different places. And if they refuse, to like get a job, if I don't have a lot of money and you have to, it's needed, then I hope you would help support, at least support yourself by, if you need money for your family or whatnot. But if they like refuse to get a job, and I really don't want to be with that person. So anyway, that is about my situation. Basically, she has her own job and she uses the money for what she wants. If there's an emergency or something that comes up, or if we need something that can help them out and it helps me out too, then I'll provide money for that. But so that's how it is with me, and that's what I think about giving Filipinas money. All right, that's about it, guys. It's been about probably about 15 minutes by the time I get it all together here. I really appreciate you guys watching to the end. If you have any questions, any comments, let me know. Do you think you should give a Filipina money? Do you give a Filipina money? Are you in a long distance relationship? Let me know all that stuff down below. And yeah, you guys have a great week. I'll see you in another video.